He is the co-host of First Things First. He's my friend, sometimes my arch nemesis. His name is Nick Wright, and he is joining us via the Cowherd Global Satellite Network. Let's start with the Giants and Odell Beckham. I know you have a relationship with Odell Beckham, and you have talked not infrequently. I do think he works in structures that are solid. I thought New England would work. Kansas City, I think he could work if Tyreek Hill left. What do you make of the Giants situation, him talking about being disrespected? How did that land for you?
Well, I thought it was odd timing, and then you're right. I talked to Odell actually about this yesterday, and the first thing he brought up was that timing is everything. He did this interview a few months ago, shortly after he had been traded, when it was still raw.
Okay.
It then posts now when he's looking ahead to what's going on with the Browns. Listen, you can call it a gift or a curse. It's probably a bit of both. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to answer the question he is asked, even if it's better for him to zip it. And he thinks honesty is always a defense when in team sports, especially the strict, almost militaristic culture of the NFL, honesty is not always a defense. And so, in that interview, he gave some of the most profound and evolved, and I would argue important answers on athlete sexuality and his own sexuality I've ever heard an NFL player give. But it's lost in the wash because he also said, I thought about retiring, but also I'm going to break Jerry Rice's record and screw the Giants. And so, he can't get out of his own way in some regards.
Yeah.
With all that said, he's going to be one of the three most productive receivers in football this year. Baker's the best quarterback he's ever had. This is the best team he's ever been on, and he's going to be awesome. So I don't know how much any of that's actually going to matter in a couple of months.
Yeah, I agree with all. I think his production is going to be absurd. I do think he and Landry, it'll be interesting to see how they divvy up the catches. They have Njoku at tight end, who's also remarkable. So a lot of mouths to feed. But I do agree, if you're a fantasy football player, I'd have a lot of Cleveland Browns offensive players on it. I don't disagree with that.
Yep.
So The Athletic came out yesterday with a list of their best quarterbacks. They had 8, and I didn't disagree with any of them. So I hear you have your 7 best guys in the NFL. What is give me your galaxy, your top 7.
Okay, so this is for the 2019 season.
All right.
This is not based on what guys have accomplished in the past. None of that. So number 1 is, of course, Patrick Mahomes, who's the best quarterback in football right now. And number 2 is a rejuvenated Aaron Rodgers with a new head coach, the most talented quarterback in football. Number 3, Drew Brees, maybe his last best chance to win a league MVP. Russell Wilson, your guy and my guy, Russell Wilson, the most underrated and disrespected player in the league. 5, Tom Brady. We've seen a little bit of deterioration each of the last couple of years, but unbelievable in the clutch and still one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the league. And to his credit, he's age 42. At age 42, no other quarterback would be in the top 500. He's in the top 5. Number 6, Andrew Luck, who you were right on, I was wrong on. I don't say that often, but I was wrong about Andrew Luck. He was hurt. He wasn't bad. And number 7, your guy, my beloved Baker Mayfield. Now, Big Ben fans, Phillip Rivers fans, Matt Ryan fans are going to be mad. If it was a top 10, they'd be in there. Top 7s are more precise. I don't like top 8 being elite. That's a quarter of the league. Let's have some real exclusivity here. There's your top 7. Aside from Baker, what could you possibly argue with there? It's a perfect list.
I like Matt Ryan more than Baker at this point. I do like Big Ben, although the criticisms of him are absolutely fair. His precision is hit and miss, and there's some leadership issues that cannot be denied. I don't have Baker in my top 10, but I have him in my top 15. So you have him a little higher.
Nice.
I don't. I am.
Okay.
What, Carson Wentz? You don't have him anywhere? Deshaun Watson?
Well, here's the thing. You're like the NBA fans that are like, here's my top 5 players in the league. Here's 11 guys. Okay, so take Baker out of it. Of those top 6 guys, if you want Big Ben, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, any of those in the top 6, who you taking out?
Let me ask you this.
Who gets left out?
Let me ask you this. You can start your franchise tomorrow. Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield.
Mahomes.
No.
Baker.
You take Baker over Deshaun Watson.
Baker.
I would not.
Absolutely.
Have you watched? Is your TV working?
No, listen, and I used to live in Houston. I covered Deshaun. Here's the thing. Deshaun, both remarkable players in college, both winners in college. Deshaun won at a slightly higher level. Baker had better statistical production. every person I've ever met that has spent time with Baker Mayfield, well, every person except for maybe one person I've met that spent time with Baker Mayfield, has come away from it saying, my God, the guy just has this it factor, the charisma, it's effusive. And I think that matters at the quarterback position. Also, we're not in a vacuum, and Bill O'Brien is going to get Deshaun Watson killed. I mean, they haven't been able to build an offensive line there for 3 years. They weren't able to this year either. I really do like Deshaun. I think the AFC with Mahomes, Baker, Deshaun, and now all of a sudden elder statesman Andrew Luck, once Brady, Rivers, and Big Ben finally let go of the reins, the AFC is going to be in good hands. And hey, that team with the Jets, Darnold, he might go 8-8 one day as well, which will make you happy. So there's a bunch of really good young quarterbacks out there.
Let's shift to the Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. I'm calling him now TM Zeke. I find in the offseason, I don't want to pay him. I find in week 8 against the Eagles trailing in the fourth quarter, I do want to pay him. Could I make the argument that if Dak was as talented as a Patrick Mahomes, a Russell Wilson, that you could let Zeke go? But some of the reasons the Cowboys put up with the nonsense is they still don't know what they have with Dak.
100% agree. This is spot on, and this is why the Cowboys, I fear for Cowboy fans, are about to make a franchise-changing wrong decision, which is paying Dak because of his position rather than Zeke because of his greatness. The reason Zeke's so important is because your quarterback is limited. When the best things you can say about a quarterback is he's always out there, that's the old, oh my gosh, let me tell you about their personality. Important, but maybe not the selling point. And so Dak is good enough in this league with a great offensive line, a very good wide receiver, a great running back, a good defense. You're not going to be able to have all those things once you pay him $30 million a year.
Right.
And it looks like with Wentz getting 32, that's what he believes he's in the running for. That's why I think this year is the golden window of opportunity for the Cowboys. This is the last year they're going to have all this talent, because once Zeke, Dak, and Amari all get paid, plus probably Byron Jones, then all of a sudden you're going to be paring away at the defense. Maybe one of those offensive linemen gets traded, and then you're like everyone else. Top heavy, not as talented guys 15 through 40. And this year they'll be fine because they can borrow from Peter to pay Paul, but eventually those cap hits start coming. I think the Cowboys can be awesome this year. I don't want to say despite Dak, but with Dak being a passenger, I don't know that he's ever going to be the driver of the train, but he's about to be, or conductor of the train, he's about to be paid like he is.
Yeah. I want to wrap it up with Zion signing with the Jordan brand. I do see a lot of NFL players, you go to Twitter, you go to social media, and baseball guys get 12-year contracts, and then basketball guys, 18-year-old guys get shoe deals, and the NFL guys are saying, look at our league, look at our popularity, look at our ratings, look at our commerce. But my takeaway is Zion could change the league. Sam Darnold and Baker could just change New York and Cleveland. I think he's worth every penny. What say you?
Yeah, listen, NFL guys are smart. I understand in the moment people see numbers and jealousy comes about, or a lot of these guys maybe thought they could have been NBA players. But this is just simple math. There's 5 times as many players in the NFL. So the contracts are going to be different. Even if the NFL generates more money, it doesn't generate 5 times the revenue. The NBA superstar is the most value commodity in sports. The only thing in the NFL, or person in the NFL, I should say, that comes close to it are star quarterbacks, and they get paid like NBA superstars. But this is when one league has 50 guys a team and another league has 10, the league with 10 is going to pay guys way more. And when one league has guys who wear helmets and face masks and get fined for celebrating, and the other league, the guys wear jerseys and are allowed to be charismatic, and you encourage their personality, well, guess what? They're going to be able to be more marketable. They're going to be able to make more money. One of the only guys in the NFL that makes NBA player money off the court is Odell, and you've got anonymous coaches saying he sucks. You've got people in New York calling him a cancer because the culture of the NFL wants to strip individuality. If people think that's good or bad, that's for their own discussion. But it's going to always mean that Zion Williamson will be far richer than Jadeveon Clowney. That's what it guarantees from day one. And the only thing NFL guys can do is teach their sons to dribble instead of tackle because it's not changing.
That's funny. Nick Wright, who just looks fantastic in the New York summer. The heat wave, I've been told, is over. Enjoy the next month until football starts, my friend.
Thank you. You as well. Good to see you, Colin. Good to see you, Joy. Have a great rest of your day.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.